Oh my God, I'm still literally laughing every time I watch this intro. But yes, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Queen, and today, as you can see from the title, we're going to be talking about what we're seeing and hearing about the rebuild of Man United, the rumors, the people that I would say people that have left. Not really breaking news, but would also talk about like players that word on the street are talking about. And I do have a guest with me as usual. He's a frequent flyer right now. I don't know how much mileage he has on my account, but I'm going to be bringing on Tony. We're going to break all this mess down together. Okay, so just stick around and enjoy. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. What are you waiting for? We'll just hit 100 subscribers. Yay! Anyway, let me bring on my guest for today. Hi, Tony. Oh,
Hello. How are you doing?
I feel like I brought you home on time.
Sorry?
I feel like I brought you home on time.
Oh, yeah. You did actually, yeah.
Because I know
Yeah.
you told me you were going out. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to take it. But don't worry, tomorrow is Friday. You can have all that tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Congrats on 100 subscribers.
Yay!
That was
We're
good.
growing baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, baby
Exactly.
steps.
Exactly.
Yeah. And thanks to you too for coming here to, spice things up and give us your unfiltered feelings and raw comments. I feel like sometimes people need to hear that, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Like I think as United fans we have to be realistic, most
At this
times and
point,
not
at this
yeah.
point, we can't be like sentimental over things anymore, to be honest. It's about time we
No
just
more fairy tales.
fasten our seatbelt and just be like very realistic and also be brutal with our feelings as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So have you been? Like you can see from the title, it's the Man United rebuild. I know you're probably hearing some things and things are flying left and right. We don't know what is what. We know some people are taking some step back from their role and probably having them do other things. Like yesterday, I broke the Dave Braceford's stepping down as a special advisor to the Ineos group, right? So now
Yeah.
he has been demoted, I would say, and reshuffled to another department, pretty much. So he's going to be like the head of all the sporting director across all of the entire Ineos organization, right? So whether it's the cycling department, whether it's the F1 people, whether it's the footballing people, he's going to be the overall sporting director. Pending in time, we get our own sporting director. Yeah. So I don't know, where do you want to start off, because I have like different segments. I do have transfers for sure. I have like people coming back from their loan. I also do have some things we need to talk about, like the managerial section, the leadership people, and I will probably talk about um probably, I don't know if we should talk about the fallout of last season. I don't know, maybe like what went wrong with the entire season, or we can just bury that and just move forward. That is absolutely fine. We can talk about the preseason, what it means for us as United fans. What are we hoping to see in the future, in the next season, because there's just so much, you understand. It's so
Yeah.
bad that we're expecting so much from the club now. Maybe we can do like some prediction of who's gonna like excel well next season.
Yeah, yeah, like I think
And
we definitely discuss all these. Um, like I don't think there's any need to kind of like dismiss last season because last season is the reason why we're discussing many of these things today, right? So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we're always gonna reference back to last season and how things unfolded. So yeah.
But before we go to last season, right?
Hmm.
Let's talk about transfer.
Of course.
We got Cunha. Praise God.
Finally.
Praise God. We got Cunha. We are hearing about Umbemo. And we're also hearing about what's the other guy's name called? Gi- Giok
Gyökeres?
Gilchrist
Gyökeres?
Victor.
Yeah.
And as of this morning, we started hearing about Kudus. So Kudus, I think Kudus denied Al Ilhal this morning. He turned them
Yeah.
down. But for Kudus, what I'm hearing is they want to do a swap deal with Sancho to Kudus for Kudus. So I guess my question would be that, let me rephrase it like this. Do you think we're overpaying for these players that are potentially going to be joining us pretty soon? Because we all
It's
saw what
hard.
happened to Hoyland, right? And
Yeah.
we paid a lot of money to get Hoyland. So we need to make sure that we're not overspending money, you know, or Cunha is proven a Premier League player already. So should we still worry about that, or should we still just kind of like give it time? So let me know your thoughts.
He's already a proven player. You see in from all the highlights I've seen, he seems like a good fit for the system. A player that was already ready to join the club,
Oh yeah,
regardless of
and he's also a
regardless
fan
of
of the club. I saw his old video.
exactly. So
He's a
like I
fan
think
of the club since he was a kid.
so like exactly what we like. He's the like player profile. It's I think it's the perfect profile that we need. Someone that is ready to play for the club and not, just play
For the money.
because yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a business, the players are there to earn money and play the game, but at the same time, you also want to be in like an environment where you know that that's the right environment for you. And he seems like he's happy to come to United, and I think his thinking is that that is a good environment for him to advance in his career, right?
Correct.
Um, so I'm happy to have Cunha in the team. Honestly, I think like with many of the rumors going on transfer wise, it's making me more and more excited for next season.
Ooh, me too.
Um,
Me
but at the
too.
same time, like I'm kind of sad because it's like, oh, we're not playing like any like major tournaments like that, like
No,
outside of England, right? But
no.
I think
But
it's
it's
okay.
also good, right? Because now
Yeah.
we have all of the time. Okay. We have literally all of the time to focus on just us internally. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
We're not dealing with no
Yeah.
external league now. So it's not like, oh, we have so much game. That's why our players are so injured. We're playing too many games. No, there's no excuse for that anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I'm very, very happy for next season, in my opinion. And I kept actually, when I woke up this morning, while I was working in my table here, I was like, I think next season might actually be the season I would want to go to Old Trafford before they do like that complete tear down, because obviously they want to tear down Old Trafford. So, and I'm like, but I want to visit the Old Trafford because before it gets demolished, because that's an
We,
iconic
we still
stadium.
have, I think we still have like, 5 years before
Hmm.
they rip it down because they said that
I'm not getting
United is
any
going to build
younger.
Old Trafford
I need to go to
where
Old Trafford
they
before I get older.
definitely, definitely. It's also a
Now
dream
that
of
I
mine
can
to go to
move.
Old Trafford, watch a game. So, yeah, obviously, like think next season is going to be exciting, and I think yeah, it's the perfect time for to like focus on like on a good rebuild. You know, get the right
Yeah.
players, see the players that fit and see the players that don't fit. Um, Within a year, hopefully by this time next year, we'll be discussing like probably most likely the last few remnants of the old era, and we'll be discussing different players in the team
Because a lot of
compared
contracts
to
are
the ones that we
coming
have, right?
next year for sure. A lot, like the
Exactly.
Casemiros and the Sanchos will be tarnished completely. I think we still have a couple of people whose contracts are left for one more year next season. I think we have like four. I
Yeah.
think we have like four. Yeah, but um Sancho and Anthony, I don't know what is the future for the both of them. What do you think
Well,
you do to them?
definitely the future for Sancho is not at United.
Right?
Um, the future for Anthony, that one is still kind of like
Pending?
I'm not sure. Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure. I think it all depends on what Amrin wants and what Anthony wants as well. If
Yeah.
Amrin wants to keep Anthony and Anthony is on board to stay in the club and help the team get back to where the club deserves to be at.
Yes.
Um, I'm all for it. If Anthony believes that this is it for him for his United career and wants to go somewhere else,
Hmm.
I'm all for it as well. I'm not gonna complain. Like I don't
Yeah,
think
because
Anthony
at the
has
end of
ever
the
been a
day,
player
he has a
that
lot of wages on his neck, on our neck.
yeah, yeah,
So who's gonna pay him 300K a week?
Saudi. But
Yeah, it's a bit challenging, but let's see how everything unfolds this season. I honestly feel like they would retain Anthony, and I also think that they would. Who's gonna pay Sancho 300K a week?
see, if Sancho wants to leave United, he knows he has to take a pay cut. There's no way he's gonna go to a different club and expect
Yep.
the same amount he's making at United.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's the reason why nothing worked out with him at Chelsea. The deal fell off
Because he can't
because
pay him. It's too much. Are you telling me
exactly.
he's going to be making what Rich James is making? No. No.
I think he really needs to reassess himself and look at how he's been playing in the past 2 years, two
3 years.
seasons in football.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely declined, right? So
Yep.
he needs to actually like look himself in the mirror and say, I'm not that guy no more. I don't deserve to be getting these wages. Like my hype is done. Like his hype is definitely done as a player.
That part.
He needs to go back. He
That
needs to go
part.
to a team where he can prove himself and build himself back up. Get that hype back up. He's still young. He's 25. He's still
Yeah.
young.
I wish he actually went to Juventus when they were calling for him. But he wanted to be petty with Ten Hag, and he went to Chelsea. That way, because obviously Chelsea and United are obviously like a rival, right? So maybe he
Hmm.
wanted that. Maybe he wanted that rival. He wanted to go be with Cole Palmer because he knows that Cole Palmer is balling, and he knows that Chelsea is going to go far, and he knows that United might probably continue to suffer again. So he's like, I'm going to go to this club so that I can look better.
Yeah,
You understand?
but it didn't really work out the way he wanted it to work out like
Hmm.
that. So
Hmm. But let me roll back to our new signing, our new boys, right? I don't know who exactly you're actually more excited for. Are you more excited for? I have a feeling Victor is coming. I have a feeling because the
which
Twitter
Victor though?
Twitter is twittering. I'm telling you, the Twitter is twittering. And for some reason, everything that actually happens to be a rumor always lands as the truth. We don't know who is leaking all this information. Even the jersey for next season has been leaked.
Well, that one is a given. The jersey always gets leaked. Like I don't think
Yeah,
I've ever seen a season where the jersey wasn't leaked, right?
yeah.
So it's like,
Even when Snapdragon acquired Man United, right? I saw the jersey on Twitter.
yeah,
That same one you're wearing. I saw it on Twitter and I was like, huh, okay. And I was like, maybe it's just rumors. I just think maybe it's just rumors. And boom, the day the jersey, in fact, the day the thing dropped, that was the day I ordered. It was 2 a.m. in the middle of the night. I think the
like I
internet even
usually,
crashed that day.
I won't be surprised.
Okay.
Like,
So let's go back to the rebuilding of the squad, right?
yeah.
Obviously, Rashford is coming back, right? Malasha is also coming back. And then what role do you think Malasha is going to play next season? And also with Rashford, should he stay or should he just go permanently? Because I'm hearing that Barcelona is knocking on the door for Rashford again. But can they actually afford 300K for Rashford? Is it Lamine Yamal? I don't think so.
Uh, as for
No.
Malasia, I don't think Malasia has any
Future.
future in the club because we already have Dogu and then we have Diego Leon who's gonna be coming in.
We have 18.
We have Aiden
We
Heaven, we
have
have
Euro.
Luke Shaw, we
Yes.
have Euro,
We
right?
have too many people at the back.
So
We got too
it's
many
just
people,
like
even in the midfield.
exactly. So like I don't know what the plan is for Malasia, but I don't see him as a United player next season.
Yeah.
As of
Not even the
Rashford,
starting 11.
Rashford is I think for me it's always been um it's always been a difficult one
Mm-hmm.
because like we've seen Rashford grow up, watched him grow up to be the player that he is right now. We know his potential and everything. We know how dangerous he can be when he's in form. Um, but I feel like it might actually be time for the club to part ways with him. Um, it's
Yeah.
because from what I'm hearing, a lot of people are saying that his mind is not even in the club anymore, right?
It's very obvious. I think
Yeah,
he gave it away last season. Rashford was finding it very difficult to chase the ball. Rashford was finding it very difficult to shoot the ball. Rashford was finding it very difficult to press. It's like, dude, you're not a chicken. Like, why are you allowing everyone just enter you like that? Like,
it's just
even from
it's
his
it's the
running, he would just run like he doesn't even care.
it's
And he will
the
walk.
attitude, it's the mental. Um,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things that factor into it
But
regarding like a
does
player.
that also mean that Amorim sending him to Aston Villa could be that wake up call that he truly, truly needs? Because I feel like
Honestly,
it's like a student that is not getting discipline for failing a
yeah,
class. You understand?
yeah,
If you fail my class, it means that you won't get point for so stuff. So you're going to be stuck here. And I don't want you to be stuck here. So I got to do everything I have to do to push you to get out of that place. So that's what I feel like Amorim did. And I don't want to be biased, but I think that, I don't know. I feel like Amorim has heard some things about Rashford. You understand? Or maybe he has watched a couple of his games and he has seen that, okay, this boy is not serious. How do I, you know, push this guy?
yeah.
You understand? Because why all of a sudden you were benching him, you were dropping him, he would not even be on your 11. You would, why? We didn't see all of what, maybe some things have happened behind the scenes that we don't even know, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
They
thinking.
might have
That
had
is what I'm
conversations that
thinking.
we don't know about either.
Yeah. I feel like
right?
something has
So
transpired between the two of them, but we will never ever know what's going on because obviously Rashford does not run to the Twitter and discuss his personal business. So it's
yeah.
between him and the coach. I just have a feeling that something has transpired the two of them behind the scene, maybe at training or whatever. But obviously, Rashford would never come to the street and tell us what the hell happened. No, he won't tell us
Hmm.
that. But for Malasia, I think that his time has come to an end, in my opinion. I
Hmm.
have not I have not had that opportunity as a fan to get excited for him. Like he hasn't given me the opportunity to want to even fight for him either because he was long gone for 2 years injured. And thank God he went on loan and he wasn't injured. But does he deserve a chance since he has not gotten the chance to prove himself? I don't know. But with the way they are truly, truly, truly doing this whole rebuilding, I don't think I see a future with him. I don't see it. I really don't see. He's probably going to go back to the Netherlands or something. That will probably go back to what? I mean, he can go to
PSV.
Leverkusen or something. Yeah, he can
Yeah,
go to.
I think the club already were already thinking about parting ways with him.
Yeah,
Remember when himself and Luke Shaw were injured for a
Donkey.
majority of of last year, and so then they acquired Diego Leon in the summer, but he couldn't come until this year.
Yeah,
Um,
and I forgot to add
so
that
I
guy
think,
to my topics
yeah,
actually because we're getting a new guy. We're getting a
yeah,
new guy. I need to go and start making some research and understanding. I don't even know what role he's going to be playing. I don't even know. I just know that we purchased the guy last year.
he's gonna be a left wing back. He's gonna be a left wing
Oh,
back.
Luke
So
Shaw
basically, yeah, exactly. He's basically a
and
replacement
Dallas.
for Luke Shaw. So
No,
like
no, Dallas is
they,
right back.
yeah, Dallas will
Yeah,
just stick on the right, which is good. We need him there. I mean, we'll probably still need a stronger right back or right wing back player anyway.
yeah,
But I guess that's something that they will look at later on, not right now, not for this summer, because I think
yeah,
they really need to strengthen a lot of places. Striker definitely, left wing
yeah.
definitely. Um, Maybe one more CDM would be nice. Um, because if we're getting Mbuemo, we already have Cunha, so it's I think our midfield is somewhat solid. We just need one more missing piece, someone
Yeah,
that can take over Casemiro's position, so that we can play that Ugarte and whoever is going to partner with him together, and then we have Bruno up top with Mbuemo and Cunha and whoever our striker is going to be
in
in
the
the
front.
future.
Yeah.
Um, Part of me is still hoping that we get Osimhen, but if we're getting Goicores, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right.
I would rather do
Um,
Gyökeres or something. I would rather do
Gyökeres,
that
yeah.
guy than I don't know because I feel
No,
like
like
Osimhen's wages will be too much for us, and the truth is we can't afford him. For Cunha, for Victor, for Mbremo, that's I think I saw like a picture or something. It was a complete total estimate of 167 million euros or pounds.
I
So I
mean,
feel
we've
like
already
we're
paid
still under
like
the budget of 200. So maybe the remaining 30, right, or so, or 25 or
oh
23, they can save
yeah.
that for the transfer window in January.
Well, yeah, I think they're also looking at. We also have to remember that there are going to be sales too, right? So
Yes, there will be
depends
sales.
on who we sell, and I think honestly, I have a big feeling that the players that are going to be sold in the summer, Garnacho, um, I have a
What?
big feeling Anthony might be sold too,
What?
because Garnacho is gone. Remember, and Amory told him to find a new club. Garnacho is gone. Garnacho is gone.
Oh my goodness. Our baby is gone. Oh my god, that boy is such a sport brat. I swear. I
His
feel
ego
like
is
he's
too
such a
much.
kid. And honestly, I feel like, and I also feel like people have giving Ganacho so much what's the word? They've given him so much space to mess up and fix things back, right? But I feel like Ganacho is refusing to kind of like personally develop himself, because you can develop yourself on the pitch, that's fine.
Yeah.
But one of the most important skills you need to have is personal development. How do you work with
Mm-hmm.
people? Not giving the middle finger to the fans. Like, what the hell is that? That's not professional at all. No matter how much they poke you or make you angry, giving that middle finger was not called for, in my opinion. So that's just a player that is not really sharpened professionally. Or maybe they need
Yeah.
to, that's what I keep saying, they need to enroll them to some sort of like a professional development class or something, because it's the way they act sometimes is crazy. Lindelof, no matter how much you want to insult that guy, he will never give, he will pay you dust. He will
Yeah.
not respond
Exactly.
to you at all.
It's it all has to do with the maturity of the player, right? Like I don't
Yeah.
expect see I don't expect someone like Kobe Mino to act the same way as Garnacho. Like
Mm-hmm.
we've never heard Mino say anything about or act anyway,
Mm-hmm.
that's is unsportsmanlike or ununited like, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have those certain characters like Garnacho and Sancho who act up and
And
they
that's why
wanna.
it's so easy. Let me use the word easy. It's so easy to pin DV on Anthony. You understand?
Yeah.
Because of the way he behaves. He's a fighter. You understand? So
Yeah.
if any woman comes and say, "Oh, I used to date this guy back in the day, and there was one time we had a DV and he did this, he did that," it'll be so believable. Why? Because Anthony tends to lose his temper even on the pitch. You get
But like
so
Anthony has never really done anything in public that would
no, no,
like
no, no,
you
no.
know
He would
right
rather not
like
answer you at all.
exactly. So like I
Yeah.
think like at the end like it's just the individual themselves, how they
Hmm.
actually are. If this is the way Anthony sorry Garnacho is behaving
Hmm.
in public,
Hmm.
imagine how he behaves at home with his parents and his siblings, right? He
With
might
his
just
girl.
be exactly. He's probably just a spoiled kid that just doesn't give a shit.
Yep.
How people how to he doesn't know how to react maturely to certain things. Like it's not the first time he has shown
Acted
something
that
like this
way.
before,
Yep.
right?
He has done that
Like
on Twitter.
remember,
He has done that with his brother. His brother has helped him do a lot of like messy things. I feel like they're also enabling him as well, because I don't understand how somebody will look at that and be like, "Yes, brother, keep going, keep going. Yes, good job. Clap for
they
yourself."
definitely do. They definitely do because, like, I mean, these things I've heard about his brother, like going around tweeting things about the club and stuff like
I
that.
heard. I heard.
Secrets of the club, right? Like, it's just like if his brother is doing this, then I'm not surprised that he's acting like this, on and off the pitch
Yep.
either.
Yep. So
Like,
let's
the
go to the
thing.
management and the club direction, right?
Okay.
I had my thoughts, and I felt like this club are setting Ruben for failure. What do you
It's
think?
he's not the first. He's not the first manager to be set up, and Um, I can't say if he's gonna be the last either, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um,
Because if they really, and I will continue to say it, if they are setting up this manager for success, they need to cough out that money. I don't give a shit. Dave has stepped down from being the special advisor to the Ineos, right?
mhm.
That money, where are they allocating that remaining money to? Because now, technically, AKA, you have downgraded his role to the director of sporting. He won't be getting that check that he was getting. So literally, he's also taking a pay cut too. So
Mhm.
it's either you want the job or you want to go somewhere else, because I can always hire another sporting director. The guy is like, you know what, I like you guys so much. I've seen, and I will give him his credit. According to what I read yesterday, he's typically one of the people that actually is the reason why Ineos as a whole is very successful. So I will give him his credit. It's just unfortunate that coming to United did not work out for him, because
Mm.
Dave is supposed to be the one to restructure technically the entire sporting department. Because if he has done that and he has, I would say, excelled in other various sports, you have to realize that the English sports is quite different. This is not one of your League
Yeah.
One franchise. This is not the F1 franchise. This is not the cycling franchise. This is the English football franchise. So it's not a joke. Unfortunately, he has not been successful. Ineos has been here, what now, 2 years? So for
Yeah.
that 2 years that they've been here, nothing technically has worked. So
Well, I think we still have to. The thing is, we are, we have to give them time. 2 years is a short time for us, or for yeah, for us the fans to see like any like
I'm not
serious
expecting
changes.
miracles though.
But
I'm not
at the same
expecting miracles.
time, like in two
But
years, we should
2 years
at
of your
least see like
work, I should be able to. You're supposed to show me something.
we should see a blueprint. We should see a blueprint of what to expect in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, right?
Don't come and tell me you're building a new stadium. I don't give a shit about no new stadium. That's
Like
the list of my problems. You understand? I want to see some areas, some department in the sporting department, probably getting modified or whatever, advanced technology wise. Okay, because
they
I
they
want
they are doing that with
as much as
the
we
training
create
facilities.
technology of a thing, it's very
Yeah.
vital, because if you are working in a building where the elevator don't work, you want to go there every day.
Depends on
What?
where which floor I'm working. If I'm
Exactly.
working in the first floor, I won't care. If I'm working in the 30th floor,
But
then
you
I
know
would
that most of
definitely
all these companies,
care.
they use their first floor as like
A
where, like a
lobby and all.
lobby where you
Yeah.
sit down, the guests will come and whoever that is inviting you. Listen, most of all these buildings, the first floor is usually a lobby or like a gym or something, or like a cafeteria. But if you have to climb up to the second stairs, or to the second floor, or to the third floor, or you're hearing that, oh, the elevator is breaking here and there, please, are you going to be excited to go to work? You will not.
Obviously, no, no.
You will not. So it's the same thing that applies to this so-called training facilities and things like that. If your training facility is what it used to be 16 years ago, says
But
Ronaldo,
but
how is
but
he
they're
expecting
actually
to come?
working on it though. That's the thing, and I think that's the thing that we haven't really heard. They're actually working on the training
They
facilities right
haven't
now.
given us an update in like 2 years that they have been there.
They I I actually watched there's this guy on YouTube that goes around and he gives like updates on stadiums and
Hmm.
training facilities for many of these clubs.
Hmm.
And I think he posted like 2 weeks ago, like the
Is it the guy
recent
that books
developments.
like hotels within the
No, he doesn't book
stadium?
hotels. He just
Oh,
uses like a drone and then he shows like different like the
oh,
progress. Yeah.
okay.
So
Send me the link. I'd like to watch it. Honestly, I would literally like to watch it.
yeah, I'll send that to you. Like
Yeah.
they're doing a lot of structural redevelopment of accounting, the training facility and all that stuff. So I think probably towards the end of the year or before the start of this coming season,
Oh,
we might hear some news about the
updated
redevelopment of updated
narrative.
training facility.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
So yeah, a lot of people don't talk about that, but it's actually happening. Uh But yeah, I think there's definitely still a lot more work to be done regarding the club. If you
Mhm.
want to get to like Real Madrid status where even their training facility, each player has their own private room
It's
with
like under the
like
ground, under the field. I was like, oh, I would like to do a club stadium tour one day because I heard that Real Madrid, their training facilities literally underneath the pitch.
no. The field can be converted into different like sporting
Oh,
facilities, something like that. Yeah. Their
yeah.
training facilities far further away.
Yes,
And
yes, yes,
that
yes.
their training facility, it's basically like a five-star hotel where each player has their own like private room with
Oh,
their own private shower, private everything.
private
Yeah,
bed. Yes, I
it's
remember.
it's
I remember Jude Bellingham. I think last season he went into like his room or whatever in the training room there in the training
yeah,
facility taking nap.
exactly.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
What? Yes, I
So
remember. I remember. I remember. I remember. I remember. I remember.
like there's
Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
United
Sorry,
has a long like United has a long way to go if they want to
I
like.
don't know if we have that money because the money is there, but I don't know if they want to cough out the money.
I mean, if you win 15 Champions Leagues, you're gonna get the money. So
Your that part. That part, because at the end of the day, too, they are also gaining money from sponsorship. And speaking of sponsorship, right?
yeah,
We have to pay Adidas 10%
for not
because
making Champions League
we're not
or
making it to
Europe.
European football.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. That
it's
one's on the players. I think they should take that from the players' paycheck because, like, what the hell?
that part. They should all donate it because they are the reasons
This,
why.
like,
Yeah,
it shouldn't be fair to the fans that the ticket prices will be tripled
by three
so that
percent.
they can cover the cost of all those things, even though that the players are the ones are the ones playing on the field and doing the giving us horrendous performances week in week out. So I
Yeah.
think honestly, if I was the if I was running the club, yeah, it
Mhm.
would definitely come up from the paychecks of these players because like you're
I
paid to play. You're paid to play the game, and you're not playing the game the way you
and
know.
you're coming to
I
give
mean,
me an
like,
attitude. Are you crazy?
yeah, exactly.
You're coming to give me an attitude, dude. I'm paying to watch you. What do you mean?
Like take 10% from each their paycheck every week, and
Even
then
if it's
they'll
2%, collect it round. All of them should cover that money. Go to Dan
exactly.
Ashworth too. I said Dan Ashworth. Go to Omar Berada to let him donate 2% of his paycheck. What the hell? They can give it to us. They can give it to us. So you watch the preseason, right?
Post
And
season or preseason? I feel
the
like it's a
post
post
season,
season
my
that
bad, my bad, my bad.
yeah that any
I watched the first one on MUTV, and the second one I wasn't able to watch it. I don't know what happened, if it had to do with network, but they said they were going to show it on MUTV. It didn't
hmm
load up until like the 85th minute of the game.
really. That's
Right.
weird because I watched the second one like from start to finish. It
It,
worked
it,
perfectly for
it
me.
wasn't loading up. And I was very happy to even witness Aiden's goal because that was like at the
Yeah,
dying minutes, or I think it was stoppage time, almost the end of the game anyway.
yeah.
And so I unfortunately, and I just did not want to rewatch it. I know a lot happened, but I honestly did not care. But I think my question was going to be, that's if you know the players' names very well, because I really don't. Um, which of this academy player do you think would get a temporary position? You know how they were bringing in Chido Obi while he was
Yeah,
also like the under 21 and things like that. And there's this new guy. I spoke about him in the group chat. He has like cornrows. Um, I'm really seeing a whole lot of potentials in the guy. And Yeah, which of the academy player do you think, will probably get a chance of coming into the senior team? Probably, maybe not like full time, but maybe once in a while we'll be seeing him on the bench.
Yeah. Honestly, I think like the main ones right now that played a role
Hmm.
this season will probably play maybe a much bigger role next season. More like, well, maybe preseason we'll see a lot more of them. Preseason and cup competitions like Carabao Cup or FA
Hmm.
Cup. Harry Amas, Toby Coyler, Chido Obi, Aiden Heaven, like Fredrickson, the center back.
Second,
Um, sorry.
second, that's second. The guy from Mali.
Oh yes, yeah. Amrin said he's gonna play more. I think next season. Yeah,
Yeah,
him. Yeah, second Connie. I think that's his name.
Kone. Yes,
Yeah.
and I think I'm
So
I'm forgetting one more person.
there's one more person that I'm trying to remember. I'll probably have to check the app and see.
Is it one of the Fletcher?
Uh, yeah, one of the Fletcher boys actually did. He came on the tour too, right? And he played a couple of minutes too.
Yeah,
Not bad, not bad. Like it's very interesting to see many of these kids. They're all so small and so skinny and so strong.
yeah, they're like kids. Oh my god,
Like you
they
guys
are
have a long
looking
way to go.
kids.
It's time to start lifting those weights, build up
They
your
will,
muscles.
because we saw how Kobe made no transition when he joined the senior league, right? And
Yeah,
then before you know, Kobe Mano was already buffed.
dude is already what? I think he's 160, 160
Oh
pounds
my
already.
god.
Like
Yeah, the boy literally changed.
so,
Let me find these
like
players. Ah, okay, right here. Players. Oh, Lindelof is still here. Okay. I mean, the season is not technically over, right? To the end of June. That's when the
yeah.
contract technically ends. Yeah. Okay,
June
we have
30th.
Tyler Fredrickson.
Yeah, Tyler Fredrickson.
Remember
Yeah,
that name. Remember that name, Tyler. And then we have Daniel Gore. Is he going to come back? He's on loan.
he's on loan, but we'll see what. I'm pretty sure Amrin is gonna play him in preseason. See what happens.
To see, right?
Yeah,
I
but
saw
the
him
thing is,
last
like,
season.
he's been unfortunate with injuries. Like even when he went on loan, he
Mm.
was injured, and then I think he had to come back to United for rehabilitation.
Oh no,
Um, so
poor guy.
we just hope and pray that he doesn't have
Get
get any
injured
more
again.
major injuries.
Oh, we have
Ethan Whitley,
yes,
yeah,
Ethan. We have
yeah.
Ethan. We have Cheetah Obi, and then oh my god, how many people do we have in the forward? Okay, I'll put that on hold now. For now, I'll put that on hold for now. But we have Dan Gore. No matter what, even if he's getting injured, I feel like the boy got that body because I remember that last two preseason that I watched in San Diego. The guy got a red card. Oof! I said, "Oh my goodness!" Right in my face, he got a red card. And yeah, I'm excited for them. I'm excited for them. There was one goalkeeper that they traveled with. I don't remember his name. I do not remember this name. Okay, this Habib Oguneye guy, the guy got potentials. From what I am hearing, the guy got a lot of potential. Then second cone most likely is coming. Daniel Gore most likely is coming. And oh my goodness, this guy, Joe Hughley. Remember the guy? He scored in the last preseason, actually.
I have like a yeah.
It's in the MU app if you go to under 21. We have Joe
Oh,
Hughley.
okay.
Yes. That guy scored against in the holiday, the first preseason before they came to America. I don't remember the country again. But yeah, we got some quality
Oh
players.
yeah, him. Yeah, he went on loan.
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes, yes. He's the one. Yeah,
I call him squished face because his head is so small.
I know.
Yeah.
I
But
know.
he's not bad. He's not bad. He's a decent striker as well. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't see him really. Uh,
He can come from the bench.
I have a feeling that if the club is prioritizing a striker this summer, his chances of, you know, playing a major role will be scarce. Unless
It
unless
makes sense
something,
because we don't really have that much competition as well, too. So
yeah,
it makes sense. If we had a lot of competitions, right? I feel like there'll be ways to utilize them. And if we're not going to be playing a lot of competition, there's no point keeping them when they can make money off them, pretty much.
yeah, exactly. And seeing many of these young players, they if they see that they're not getting like first team,
Hmm.
football, they'll move out, they'll leave the club and go somewhere else where they can
Yep.
get first team football. So
Yep. I think my next question will be, do you think Amarim can do this job? Do you think Amarim can fix us? Do you think Amarim can save us from these shackles and shambles?
I honestly believe in Amrin. I think he has the right attitude and the right mindset to get the
Yeah.
job done.
Hmm.
Uh, like he's excuse my language, he's no bullshit attitude with the players I've seen.
In a very
What I've
demure way.
seen exactly.
In a very
Unfortunately,
subtle way, but like nice nasty.
yeah, like if you're not performing
Yes.
well, you're not gonna start, right?
Yep.
You're not gonna like. I think, unfortunately, if Xerxes didn't get injured, I'm pretty sure he would have been starting over Hoyland
You're
for
right.
the rest of the season, right?
You're right. And speaking of Hoyland, I think Hoyland might be on the bench next season.
If he
It is
doesn't leave
not
the
done.
club, then he's gonna be on the bench
It's
most
going to be
likely. Yeah,
benched. He's going to be benched. I can just feel it. I can just, because the business is not, they're not wasting time no more. And unfortunately, he has given us some bubbles, but business is business. If you don't meet up your deliverables, you can be fired. That's just it.
yeah.
I feel like the
It's
club
unfortunate that things
did this
just
for
haven't
him.
worked out for him
Hmm.
the way like especially in the league, and I think that's where he struggles so much. Like,
In
but
the
when it
Premier
comes to
League, right?
Europe, yeah,
Correct.
when it comes to Europe, he plays well. But then when it comes to like
When it comes to
league
Europe
and
football, European football,
yeah,
and he's playing a club that is not in Premier League, right? It's
yeah,
easier for him. It's easier for him to even if the ball does not get into the net, we all see it. That
yeah,
oh,
he turns
this
up
guy
like
is
the way he
yes,
plays.
he's very
He,
fiery and everything. But I feel like within the whole English side of the football, right? I feel like Hoyland has been studied. I feel like
oh yeah,
he's so
100%,
predictable that you can
100%.
easily penetrate this guy. You can block him, you can attack him, you can press him. He's so vulnerable.
Yeah,
That's why they take advantage of him.
because they know he's not gonna make those runs early enough, and
Yep. He's
so
not smart. I'm
like
sorry. He's not that smart.
I
He's
won't
not
say
that
he's
smart.
not smart. He's not United level. He's not a United level player like that.
See, it's still part
Um,
of it, right? I feel like being a striker requires you to be able to think quickly. Critical thinking is very, very important. You understand?
exactly. Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
Hoyland
Think
would grab the
quickly.
ball
Know how you
and he
how
wouldn't know
you
what to do with the damn ball. It's like, dude,
yeah.
shoot the ball.
He
shoot
gets the
the
ball.
ball.
He just kind of
He
freezes.
panics. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
like I
So
think
it
there's
boils
that
down to little
whole
things, in my opinion. Honestly, I don't think the guy got it like that. Mm-mm.
yeah, there's that whole thing of, panicking. Oh, I don't want to make the wrong, pass, the wrong play, and I don't want to be the meme of the week and all that stuff. But
Mm.
if you're playing the way you're playing, you're definitely going to be the meme of the week every week. So he's just there's a lot of things he needs to work on, honestly.
It just feels like everyone is taking a turn. From Harry Maguire to Anthony, from Anthony now to Hoyland to Rashford to Sancho.
Hey,
Everybody is like,
honestly, if I was the other players, I would just be happy that my turn has gone and passed.
oh, let me do and come and be going because I can't do this. Let me just hurry up and do my my contract and be gone. Because
Exactly,
that's not life.
exactly.
Oh, even Casemiro has been a meme for like what a couple of months, and
No,
the
he's
only
like his
way
first season, everyone praised him. Then he came back
Casemiro
chubby
was
in the second
Casemiro is
season, and everyone started,
yeah. Then we saw him with the diabetic patch thing like that,
yeah.
and I was like, is
Now,
he like diabetic or
now
something?
he's trimmed. He's trimmed.
He's
So,
ripped, like
eh,
shredded. I was like, wait, what? What happened to Puffy and Casemiro? What happened?
he had a good holiday. That's after his first season, so he had to. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
man, like
I feel like he might have some health issues. You understand?
I
Because
will never know, right?
yes,
He doesn't really show it on the field.
no,
Like I mean, with Ericsson, we all knew like there were limitations to him, right? Especially with his heart
yes,
condition, right? So nobody knows. Like even Mazraoui, like you remember early in the season, he had to get a
like
quick
a heart
heart procedure
surgery.
done.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
So
he
I
just
think
bounced back
maybe
like
that's
nothing
why.
happened to him.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that's why he probably got exhausted so quickly towards the end of the season, right?
You're right. You're right. We
So
don't
like,
remember all these little things. Anyway, we just go
yeah.
straight to like attacking them and telling them they are shit and they can't run, they can't do this, they can't do that. But I feel like with Casemiro, when I saw that diabetic patch on him, this was when he played Real Madrid in the preseason in Houston. I said something is not right with this guy. And then he had some like discoloration of the skin. That's another sign of diabetes. So I
Mm,
was like, maybe, there's some demographic of people that are very prone to like diabetic, gout, things like that. Maybe because they eat a lot of meat
yeah,
in their country, or their country they eat a lot of bread or rice, whatever that I don't know, but that's what I heard, right?
yeah.
So when I saw that patch on him, I instantly knew that something was not right because he gained a lot of weight. Actually, he gained a lot of weight, and if you look at the time frame between that preseason and when the season ended, this was when we won the Carabao Cup, right?
No, I think after the
It was
season
the
ended,
Carabao Cup. It was
before,
2 years ago. It
yeah,
was 2 years ago. So that was when we just won the Carabao Cup because last year was the FA Cup. Yes, that reminds me because
yeah,
it was 2 years ago that we met Real Madrid in Houston at the whatever stadium they have there. So I feel like he wasn't happy with the way people were talking about his body and things like that. Maybe he was even regretting taking off his shirt, but he had to take off the shirt to exchange it with one of his former um playmates or something, one of the former his former colleague, or how am I gonna even describe it? Co-worker, whatever.
yeah.
No, they are not co-worker, they are former former teammates. Anyway, the meme was memeing. Casemiro was everywhere. Daily Mail killed him. I feel like ESPN ripped the guy. The guy had to enter the gym, and then the next season, the following season was when we saw a little chubby Casemiro, right? But
Yeah,
I think, oops, my bad. Hold on one second.
yeah. I was gonna say, what happened to your camera?
Let me see what happened. Ah, let me select my camera. Um, settings. All right. I'll just disconnect it and use my stop cam. All right, I'm gonna use my direct laptop because I was using this Osmo as my extended camera. If you have one of those like GoPros or whatever, you can use it like an extended camera. Anyway,
Really?
so yeah, you can just plug it in, and wherever, whatever option you have in your camera, you can select whatever DSLR camera you're using. The device will dictate that you're using it. So as soon as you plug it in, right, you
Hmm.
tell the camera you want to use it as your webcam.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all about Casemiro, and I'm happy the boy is back. I really don't think they would keep him, even if they will. It will
I
be
think
because,
Amorim wants to keep him for one more season.
see,
I have a feeling Amorim will
Casemiro's
keep for one more
contract
season.
ends next year, right?
Yeah.
If we make it to Champions League, Casemiro is not going anywhere.
No, I think he will probably leave. Honestly.
Think so? It will leave because
Yeah.
of the wages, though.
Or I mean, if he doesn't leave, maybe he will probably want to bring down his wages. But I don't see him doing that. He'll probably just leave. Maybe
He
go
will
to
leave.
Saudi and retire. You know.
He will
Or
leave.
he might go to MLS. You never know.
He will come to America because I think Casemiro has a house in Florida. They're always at Disneyland.
Really?
Yes, I think they have a
Hmm.
house. I think he has a house there. But
What?
yeah,
What's that? These people need to come to Canada now. They need to come to Toronto at
you have
least.
Alfonso David now. What else do you want? Alfonso David has said his mom still tells him to do the dishes at home. I said, "That's what? Who the hell do you think you are? In the sight of all these African parents, you are a kid. You're not an
Yeah.
adult. You will
Even
forever
if you're
be a
50 years
kid."
old, you have to wash
Yes,
dishes.
that really made me laugh. So yeah, let's go to the next one, which would probably be like a poll, right?
Hmm.
Give me your top scorer for next season.
In United,
Yes, of course. I don't care about Isak. Isak
oh,
might be one season wonder like Haaland.
damn, that one really stuck, eh?
Haaland has ghost. Haaland has left the chat for everyone.
It's
Dude,
not his fault
Haaland
now. He
banged
got
more than 30 something goals. Like, that is scary that he couldn't even. I know he tried. I know he tried this season, but thank God for penalty because how is he going to make up all that numbers, right? Same thing with Cole Palmer. Like, Cole Palmer banged more
and
than
he was
30
injured
goals.
too, quite a lot this season. Haaland.
I'm not,
I mean, and also Rodri wasn't playing. Um,
everybody's
what
now saying,
else?
oh, it's because Rodri is not there. It's because Rodri is not there. That's a lie.
Nah, seriously, Rodri is the backbone of that team.
Damn.
If Pep leaves, Pep is gonna take Rodri with him. Trust me, because Pep has this thing of he always gets one player, one or two players
Exceptional.
that exactly that will play his system the way he wants his system to be played.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get that player, then his teams never do well.
Oh my God.
So like him losing Rodri at the beginning of the season was probably like the biggest blow to Man City because their season just went down after.
Damn.
And bring getting De Bruyne back. De Bruyne was not the same De Bruyne as of old after his
Yeah.
own injury. So like yeah, um, like Holland, I don't know. Like I mean, he's a decent player, but I think he's just yeah, don't not having the right players to play in your system is the reason why he didn't perform the way he should have performed. And
But they
that's
went
my
to get
theory.
him.
That's my theory.
They went to
That's
get
my
Omar
theory.
Mamouche. So was Omar Mamouche not giving what he was supposed to give?
I mean, he's only been there 6 months, so you can only
Right.
judge him from the 6 months, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he has scored some impressive goals for them. Not gonna lie,
Right.
like
He
that's
even made a hat trick too.
yeah. So like he stepped up, did the job that he was brought in to do. If only
Yeah.
our strikers could do the same.
I think he's gonna do well next season. I think Omar Mamouche will do well, very well next season.
But
He
they're
might even
already
come back
buying
as one
a
of their best
striker from
players.
Wolves, so
Hmm.
they got a new striker from Wolves. Um,
Oh yeah.
he's a Moroccan striker. Yeah.
Oh man.
So now
Mm-mm-mm.
they have an Algerian striker, and then they have a Moroccan striker, and then they have a Norwegian striker. So Man
Mm-mm.
City means business next season. They don't like the fact that Liverpool won the Premier League, and I'm pretty
They're
sure
gonna get an English striker. How many English strikers do we have?
we don't even have an English striker. So,
What? Why is so scarce to have?
like I think the only English striker that they have, like I think
Oh,
Liam, what's his name? That the Chelsea the lad.
Tilap. Yes.
He's English. Ivan Tony, he's English. Who else? I mean, everyone
Oh,
knows
this
Harry
guy.
Kane.
This guy. This guy that plays for, is it West Ham? The guy with the
It's
brown
not,
hair. Bowen? Bowie?
yeah, Jared Bowen. Bowen, yeah,
Correct.
he's
Correct.
English too.
And there's another one more. There's another one that plays for, I think,
I mean, there are a couple of them who just don't,
Aston
really.
Villa. There's
What's
another
his
one that
name
plays for
again?
Aston Villa. He's a,
Ollie
I think,
Watkins.
Watson.
Watson or Watkins? Ollie Watkins. He's English.
Is it Watkins or Watkin?
I'm pretty sure it's
I think
Watkins. Ollie.
Watkins.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, he's one of those. He's one of those
yeah,
actually. He's one of them.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's yeah.
he's
I
pretty good.
forgot
Yeah,
about.
and we have Harry Kane. Come on.
Hey, I think we're forgetting the most impressive striker of them all. English strikers, Harry Maguire.
Oh no, 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 no. By the way, Harry Maguire was not recalled.
Wasn't. I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised because it's
Mm.
Thomas Tuchel and it's not what's his name, their old manager, the old English manager that always just records.
Southgate.
Yeah, it's not Southgate. Southgate was just record everybody that he likes. So,
Yeah. All right. So give me your top scorers for next season. No Sancho,
in
please.
United, okay, top
United, yeah.
scorer for next. Well, Sancho is not going to be in the club anyway, so that
Mm-mm.
one's a no-brainer. Um, if we're able to get um Victor Gorkers
Mhm.
in, I think he'll probably be the highest scorer in all competitions. I'm gonna go out on the limb and say he'll probably score
I can feel it though.
like like
I can feel
28
it.
goals all comp, 28 goals all comp. I'll
Damn.
take it. I'll take it. I'll take 28
Just
goals
round it
all
up
comp.
to 30.
Okay, I'll,
Oh my
I'll give him 30. 30 goals all comp. I see Bruno
Bruno
up
will make it.
there.
Bruno can give us
Bruno,
like 8 to 10.
yeah, exactly. Maybe like I'll say Bruno can give us at least 15, 16 goals. Usually when we have a good season, he gives around that 15, 16 goals. Um, who else? Cunha. I see Cunha giving us around the same 15, 16 goals. And
That
Bueno
would be
probably
crazy.
giving us around the same, like
That
10
would be
or 15
crazy.
goals. And
What about
yeah,
Chido Obi? Chido Obi might be our
Chito
breaking star for next season.
off the bench, super sub, Chicharito style.
Yes.
That'd be great to see. But oh shoot, I forgot about Xerxes.
My boy, Joshua Zexay.
Forgot about
Joshua
my
Zexay,
striker.
if you're watching this, you need to know that behind the scene, I'm fighting for you, okay?
I
And
root for him
Tony is
every
my
day.
witness.
Yeah, exactly. Xerxes will get at least 15 goals next season.
10 to 15, yes.
Yeah,
Zex will give at least 10 to 15 goals. And then I need him to give us that Terminator.
exactly. I feel like Kobe did it better than he did, which is so
Oh, Kobe
sad. Oh,
Bryant, Kobe Mano.
yeah, remember
Oh,
against the
yeah,
game
yeah, in
against
honor
Milan?
of Zexy. Yes.
Yeah.
Those two boys.
He
I don't know
did
what
it
they're up
way
to.
better than Xerxes did. But I think Xerxes
But I
does
kind
it
of like
based on the
Hoyland's
player,
guitar
right?
way of celebrating, though. I like this. Is everybody's just unique, I guess. Everyone is
Yeah.
just technically unique. Um, who do you think is going to be the breakout star next season?
Breakout star next season.
Yes.
I have a feeling it might be Cunha next
You know
season.
what? I never thought about it, right? I have always thought about Chido Obi as the breakout star. Why?
He's still
Because
young. Like I don't want to
he's,
put too much pressure on the kid. You know?
well, look at Lamine Yamal. You understand? He's a kid too, but all of a sudden he became the breakout star for Barcelona. I feel like, not like I'm putting pressure on Chido Obi, but I feel like the guy has so much potential of doing it because the way he carried the under 21 and the
Yeah.
multiple hat tricks he has gotten, I'm like,
But
okay.
the only way for Cheeto to be a breakout star is if he's playing week in, week out, every game,
You don't think he's
basically.
going to play every week? Because I think he's coming in full time next
Yeah,
season.
yeah, but like I feel like the only way, like he's remember, like he needs to be able to get that one game, that kind of like a Rashford debut game where you
On
show
the
the
day of his
fans where you're
debut, he
at.
even scored. Yes, yes, yes,
Exactly,
yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes. But that will probably be maybe like a proper game that Chido will be starting and things like that. And then we
Like I
can,
think we all have to remember that Rashford did it in a stage, like in an elimination game where we had to win that game. If not, we're out of the Europa League, right? And I think that's what made him such like the hype that he brought and the player that he became.
yeah.
Um, like I still remember that game. Uh, just the way, like,
And it's
oh man,
probably
that
one of
game
the
was.
reasons people are holding on to Rashford. I won't lie to you. He has given us so many moments where it's like we don't want to throw him away, but
It's
sometimes
hard. It's
things
hard
do
because,
come to
like,
an
you
end.
remember many of the games that earlier in his career, the game against Man City, his first Manchester derby, where he
Scored.
ended that Man City defender and just he scored a
And
nice
Arsenal
goal.
too. He's not even a fan of
Exactly.
Arsenal. Anything
He
that has to
scored
do with
two goals
Arsenal,
against
As-
Arsenal.
Rashford
Like,
will always score in any game Arsenal involved, anything Manchester derby. Um,
yeah,
I don't know about Liverpool. I don't know his metrics when it comes to like Liverpool.
he's he's the
But you see
second
those top
highest
clubs.
scorer
You,
against City, against Arsenal after Rooney.
mhm.
Rooney has, I think, from what I know, Rooney has is it 11 goals against City? and
Oh,
then
man.
in total, and then that's just in the league anyway.
Yeah.
And then I think Rashford is behind him with like, is it 6 or 7, something like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, like I think he's just like he like Rashford is that player that always turned up for those big games, right?
Yeah.
Like even no matter how crap he's having in a season, he still would turn up for those big games. And I think
Yeah.
it's something that we kind of missed with him in this season. But at the same time, I think what us fans should do is just thank him for his service. And if he decides that it's his time to leave, then
So be
I
it.
I won't I won't be I won't be angry with his
I won't be
decision. But at the same
selfish.
time,
Yeah, because
yeah,
I believe that he does have the right and the opportunity to go and try other things. I don't think he's
yeah,
bound to just stay at United. Even at some point, the best of our best players left. Ronaldo
yeah.
left, Rooney left. I think Rooney left and went to
Everton
Everton, right? Because he came
came from Everton.
from Everton and went back to Everton.
Yeah,
We've seen players like
Johnny Evans left, came back.
exactly, even Zlatan too. We've seen how much at some point they left as
Yeah,
good as they were in their time. Things do come to an end, but I think that's something that Rashford is probably struggling to deal with. Like he does not want to go
yeah.
and begin, but hopefully, him going to Aston Villa would literally give him that courage to want to go and explore other things. So last week, right, when we're having this
Hmm.
whole Bruno rumor conversation and things like that,
Yeah.
I put this question down. I was like, who will potentially be our new captain if Bruno ever leaves? But thank God Bruno is staying with us. Shout out to you, Bruno. You chose your legacy over luxury. That's massive, baby. That's crazy, baby.
Takes a lot of strength to be able to do
It
that. I'm
takes
not gonna
it.
lie.
Listen, I don't know what kind of juju.
Like Bruno was definitely
It
fighting
can
demons.
never be me. Oh. I'm gonna do this. Bye, everyone.
Like he was fighting some serious demons for that decision.
The way I would disappear in the middle of all of you after telling you guys goodbye, I'll be like, bye, all of you.
Like with that money, you can buy all of them Ferraris as a parting gift.
Dude, that's generational wealth right there, waiting for you, sitting pretty. Okay? Someone like Bruno will go and put that money like in a trust fund that okay, well, this money will only be spent when I die. If I'm as long as
Yeah,
I'm still alive, this money will not be touched. Yeah. So I was like, okay, if Bruno actually leaves the club, right? At this point, the only person I know they'll be capable of giving that captain band is Harry Maguire because it's not going to be Mason Mount. Mason Mount already has a lot of pressure on him. You understand?
yeah.
And I feel like who else are they going to give that band to? You understand?
Martinez.
Oh, what if he goes injured?
Then you give it to the next person,
Oh my,
Maguire. Well, I feel like Amrin would pick um Casemiro over Maguire
I thought
because
about that too.
um, yeah.
I thought
So
about that too. I was also very happy to see Ahmad do an interview with Ruben. I kind of feel like Ahmad is not a spotlight kind of guy, right? But I
mhm,
think with Ruben's leadership, he wants to because it's still to me, I look at it as putting somebody in a leadership position, like talking to the press conference, knowing how to, you know, compose yourself, thinking critically. You have to be very quick with this because these people too, they come with like bombs. Because if you
yeah.
don't deliver that question properly, they will run with it and go and say what you said, not how it was supposed to be said. You
Hmm.
understand? So I felt like Ahmad kind of struggled with that, but I feel like the way you can better your player is to always put them out there. You
Yeah.
understand? So maybe next season, put him, let him go to the backstage, let him go talk to TNT Sports or whatever it is. Even though, yeah, someone like Big H is supposed to do the interview, right? Put Ahmad there, put Casemiro there. I don't care. Go get an interpreter. It's none of my business. Put all of them there. You understand? It's not like, oh, we didn't do well. Let me just go and let the English speakers deal with it. No, 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 no. I don't care. This time around, I need you facing you should see how the pressure is when you don't win a game. You should feel how embarrassing it is when you don't win a game. Everybody needs to feel like their bladder is about to fall off, honestly.
Hmm.
Yeah, they need to feel uncomfortable. So out of you being uncomfortable, you will mentally start to tell yourself, listen, I don't want to face the press next week. I need to take care of business. So I don't know, but I feel like I understand English is not Ama's first language as well. I also think he did a good job. He was kind of like, you know, laughing under his skin. And, when somebody's laughing like that, they're nervous, but they don't want to show it.
Yeah.
So I was getting so many things from Ahmad.
I
So
believe Ahmad speaks like four languages. He speaks
yes,
Italian, he speaks a bit of
English,
Spanish,
yes,
French,
Spanish,
and English. Yeah.
five actually. You
So,
just mentioned five: Italian, French,
yeah.
English,
English.
Spanish.
Yeah. I don't know if he speaks Portuguese. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Oh, no, no,
But
no. Okay. He
but
speaks Italian,
yeah, that one I know he speaks Italian, French,
English,
and English. Those
French,
ones I'm confident that he speaks. Yeah.
and English. English is a
Yeah.
language.
So
Because apparently, I think he didn't start speaking English until he went to Sunderland or something.
no, remember we bought him before that. We bought him from wasn't it Atlanta as you.
Yeah, you're
So
right. You're right.
yeah.
You're right. You're right. Yeah.
So
Okay. All right. So let me close this out with one more question.
mhm.
Are we back next season or we're just going to be mid table FC?
It's honestly hard to predict, to be honest.
I'm always in, we are back, baby. We are back.
Like honestly, if
I want them to get Victor Gyökeres, and I'm gonna do my "We Are Back" again and post it on IG because
honestly, like my thing is if we like, I think the biggest thing that we missed this season was a solid striker.
Mhm.
If we at least had a solid striker, many of those games that we lost and
Oh,
drew,
Drew. Yeah.
we could have easily won them.
Yep.
Like
Yep. Imagine us struggling with Ipswich. You understand? We're struggling with
Nottingham Forest,
Wolverhampton, not Nottingham garbage. I was like,
like
Nottingham Forest is. Look at them now. They're back in the forest. I knew they were going to be back in the forest. I knew
they're
they were
playing
going to be
Europa
back.
League
They
now.
didn't even make it to any European football. Nothing.
Mm.
They didn't make
They
it. Well,
just no. I think they're playing Europa League or
conference.
Conference League. Yeah. So they didn't get Champions League that like they wanted. It's so yeah.
They're playing conference league next season because Crystal Palace will play FA Cup.
Europa League because Crystal Palace won the FA Cup, so they're playing Europa League next
My
season.
bad, my bad, my bad. Crystal Palace won the FA Cup, so they're automatically going to play Europa League, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that is six. And who is seven? We got Aston Villa out. Who is seven? Who is seven? Who is seven again? Who is seventh, please?
Let me check the table again.
Who is playing?
So Nottingham Forest finished seventh. So
Correct.
they are definitely playing.
Europa
They're
Conference.
playing Europa League. No, they'll play Europa League because the top five are playing Champions League. So
League.
Liverpool is playing Champions League. Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, and Newcastle. They're all playing Champions League.
My bad. Spurs. Spurs.
Spurs is playing Champions League as well because Aston Villa is playing Europa League, so is Nottingham Forest, and I believe Brighton and I think Bournemouth might play Conference League, but I'm not quite sure about Bournemouth. But I know Brighton is playing Conference League for sure. Yeah,
Mm.
but and then Crystal Palace is playing Europa League because they won the FA Cup,
Mm-hmm.
even though they finished 12th. Well,
Ah, this season was
Spurs
quite.
finished 17th and they're playing Champions League, so you
Yeah, they're
know.
gonna be out soon. Don't worry. I'm not even worried about them at all. I am not worried about them. Anyway, I think I have completed all my questions. I don't know what's if you have anything to add to this. I mean, I honestly feel like next season is going to be great. I want to be on the positive side because I'm always on the positive side, even if,
Next season is gonna be a lot better than this season. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
We I mean we have to be realistic. We're not gonna win the league next season.
mm-mm.
But
We
I
can
think
get
we
top
can at
four,
least finish like
top five at least.
yeah, I'll say top five. I'll say top five.
Top five at
Uh,
least. Yeah.
like I don't want to push
Jinx.
anything too far and say that oh we're gonna finish like top four and stuff. But no,
As usual,
at
United
least yeah,
fans.
top five, top five for sure. Because I think with the way with the potential players coming in
Yeah.
to be, they are gonna be a good boost addition to the club yeah addition to the club to bring the club back to at least some level of
We need a little bit of stability at least. We don't, yes, okay, okay, fine. Even if we don't win any trophy, we need to, you know, like we need to see progress. Like I need
yeah.
evidence of like, okay, we've gone from shit
Like
to high.
I see United winning like a Carabao Cup next season. Honestly, I see United winning like a Carabao Cup. If United or even if FA Cup, I'll be happy with that. Even I think FA Cup, people will respect the FA Cup more than the Carabao Cup, right? But
You're right though, because
yeah,
if we win the
yeah.
FA Cup, that means we have more FA Cups than Arsenal. It's gonna be
No, we'll be
right now
tied.
it's tied, right?
No,
It's
Arsenal has
not
one more.
one more. So they're 13, we're 12, right?
No, I think Arsenal are 14th and we are 13 because
Okay,
we had 12 before. Yeah.
okay, okay,
So
okay. So it's gonna be a tie. Okay.
yeah,
I'm not tripping, honestly. If we can get
but
we win
we've been to more finals than they have. They've just won more of their finals than we have. So
that part.
okay, it's
That
okay.
part.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you as usual for always joining me here. Hopefully next week we can get some updated good news for this club.
Yeah.
I'm really very optimistic that things are moving and shaking right now because everyone is so embarrassed and everyone is trying to cover their faces because nobody wants to go through this mess again next season without
Mm-mm.
putting people in their places or replacing jobs or finding a way to just salvage the entire season. I am hopeful that Ruben would, you know, not fix the club because he's not God, but I feel like he's going to put us like in a little bit of space where the club can be respectable again because at this point like United looks like shit. It's so embarrassing, you understand?
Yeah.
That's why most of our previous players are not too happy with the club because they were the ones that fought for the badge. They would talk about it how, listen, boss, I don't care even if I have a flu, I'm gonna go play. You understand?
Yeah.
Even if my toe is hurt, I will go and play. That's how dedicated they are. But unfortunately, things have changed. the dice keeps rolling, and it's becoming to look like more of like a business avenue for a lot of these players
Mm-hmm.
compared to like back in the day, the time we all fell in love with football. People will even do it for free. They don't care. They will do it for free for us. So I'm very hopeful that next season is going to be better. I'm very optimistic that, things are going to be placed into a more structural manner, hopefully. And yeah, I'm wishing everyone all the best. Honestly, it's not going to be easy, but I'm hoping that everything that they are planning to accomplish, hopefully, they can at least complete 80% of it. They can complete 80% of the attacks that they plan to do for next season. I'm
Yeah.
happy with it. You don't have to give me 100%. 80% is not bad. 80% is not bad. So that's all I got to say. Do you have anything you want to tell the people? Tell the people where they can find you, where they
Yeah.
can reach you, your phone
Yeah.
number.
People
No, I'm just
can my phone number. They can have my email address. Just kidding. I should give them my PayPal so that they can add some
right.
money.
I forgot to
Um,
actually put your name up here. Yeah, let the people know where they can find you. You just never know. They can just come to like your TikTok and be like, "Oh, hi, I saw you on Queen's YouTube, and I'm following you." People are like that.
yeah, as always, y'all can find me on TikTok, Tony Ed underscore Ede, same name here. On Instagram, Tony Ede177. So yeah, those are the main places you can find me.
Don't be
For I
hiding.
guess things related, United related. So yeah,
Don't be hiding. You
and
need to
just
start posting some things out there.
I'll start posting.
Next season is gonna be good, so start posting. Start posting, man. Stop.
I'll
Don't worry.
I'll start I'll start posting preseason. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Do you think I should go to the PSG Atletico Madrid game in LA here?
I mean,
It's like
you're
in a
right
couple of
there.
days.
You're
And I'm
right
right
there.
here. Yes.
It would be a good game. I'm not gonna lie. PSG Atletico, that would be a good game, man.
Damn. And it's
Like,
it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, you understand? Because this World Cup FIFA, Club FIFA, whatever World Cup thing, I don't know where it's gonna be in the next coming years. It could be like in Canada. You never know.
hmm,
So let me just take advantage
true.
now that they are doing it like in the US here. And who knows, maybe next year it might probably be like what? In France? I don't know. They move around.
They're
They
only
move,
doing it
or it could be
just
in
because of
Dubai
Messi.
and Qatar or something.
Yeah.
After if they can host the World Cup there and make money, you think this is the one that will not people will travel. It's holiday season right now. People are going to travel. So thank you for giving me that courage because right now I'm gonna go buy my tickets and make it to that. I have to make it to that game. Somebody already told me that she was like, "Girl, you need to go." I was like, "Girl, I want to go, but going is not a problem. It's coming out that it's the problem." Anyway, I would text you behind the scenes. I am really
For sure.
thankful for always coming here to dissect things with me.
Yeah, always
And
happy to.
yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank
Have
you
a
for
good
having me. Appreciate it.
Yay. Bye.
Have a good night
You
later.
too. Thank
All right.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye.